Hello dear learners, I'm Christina Georgy and I welcome you to my channel. Names certainly play an influential role in our lives. Today we'll deal with a few notable names of some remarkable writers. You must be wondering what exactly are these names? These names are called pseudonyms. So today's topic for discussion is pseudonyms of popular women writers. We'll deal with this video in parts. You're watching part 1. So what do you mean by the term pseudonym? A pseudonym is simply a false name. If you are from a science background, you must have heard about pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is basically false feet that any unicellular animal has. The term pseudo means false. Hence, pseudonym means false name. When writers use this, it could also be called pen names. A pseudonym would be defined as a fictitious name, especially one used by an author. If you are a Harry Potter fan, then you must be knowing the pseudonym of J.K. Rowling. What is her pen name? Robert Galbraith. We have already dealt with J.K. Rowling and the Harry Potter series in our previous video on the aspects of the novel. If you haven't watched, please find the link in the description. For those who are not familiar, let me introduce J.K. Rowling to you. J.K. Rowling is a British writer, the author of the much loved series of 7 Harry Potter novels, originally published between 1997 and 2007. Remember, there are 7 novels but 8 movies. Let me ask you, why do writers use pen names? It's mainly to disguise their true identity. Why should they conceal their identity? The reasons could be diverse. The use of pseudonyms by writers has been popular practice throughout the centuries. Using a pen name is a well-known practice even today. Remember, many female writers have adopted gender-ambiguous pseudonyms. What do you mean by gender-ambiguous pseudonyms? The names in which the gender is not very much obvious. This could be for a number of reasons, such as to publish without prejudice in the male-dominated circles, to experiment with the freedom of anonymity, and also to encourage male readership. Now let's have a look at these amazing female talents one by one. Firstly, George Sand. Basically, George Sand was the pen name of this person. Who was she in real life? Let's have a look at that. She was born as Amandine Lucille Rory Dupin in the year 1804. Remember, George Sand was her pen name. So who was she? She was a French novelist, memoirist and journalist. She was indeed one of the most popular writers in Europe in her lifetime, especially during the Romantic era. So she has written numerous novels and plays. Examples include Indiana and Valentine, both written in the year 1832. So shall we look at the next female writer? Yes. Moving on to George Eliot. You must have heard of her, right? Remember, George Eliot was her pen name. So what was her real name? Let's have a look at that. Mary Ann Evans. She was born in the year 1819. Remember, George Eliot was the pen name of Mary Ann Evans. So she was an English novelist, poet, journalist and also translator. And she was one of the leading writers of the Victorian era. Examples of her writings include Adam Bede in the year 1859, The Mill on the Floors in 1860, Silas Marner in 1861, Romola in 1862, Felix Holt the Radical in 1866, Middlemarch, this is famous, in the year 1871, and also Daniel Deronda in 1876. Moving on to the next person. Here she is, Mary Westmacott. So this is the pen name of this person. So let's have a look at her real name. Dame Agatha Mary Clarissa Christie. This is Agatha Christie. Yes, her pseudonym was Mary Westmacott, and she was an English writer. She has written detective novels, 14 short story collections, etc. And her fictional detectives Hercule and Miss Marple are very famous. The Mousetrap is yet another famous work of Agatha Christie. So with that, we come to the end of part 1. We'll discuss more women writers and their pseudonyms in the upcoming video. Stay tuned for part 2. Subscribe to my channel. We'll meet again soon. Till then, thanks for watching.